But now I travel abroad and I learn all sorts of cool stuff and I bring it back to you guys. And my lights went out. They're kind of doing their own thing. It's going to be one of those days. If you're an American like I am, it's election day. So it's been crazy this morning. Well, it's morning for me. It's Thursday, 9 a.m. I'm actually in Thailand. So, okay, so let's go over. I had a couple of questions. You guys are then more than welcome to put in your questions that you have while I'm waiting for my guests to come on. My guest today is from my Facebook group that I have. And every single month we do a 5, 10, 15 challenge. And within that challenge, whoever is the most active in the group, not warms up the most, but who actually puts comments and questions and videos and things like that in the group, then wins a free 20-minute voice lesson with me. And that's what we're doing today. So my guest will be the winner from that last challenge group. If you want to join the next challenge group, we do on every single Monday of the month. I think I have it on here. Let's see here. No, that's not it. Hang on. Agenda. I'm getting better at this. Yeah, right? B, I'm just going to call you B. Yeah, checking election stats between classes. It's been insane. If you want, there we go. If you want to join the group, that's our group location, and you're always welcome to. Hi, Olivia. Hi, Gemma. Hi, Kayla. Hi, guys. These are all people from the group. Yay! Cheers and thumbs up for the group. Okay, well, today, while I'm waiting for my guest to come on, I'm actually going to go ahead and remove her screen, and then she'll have to just call back in, and then hopefully it'll push through. I have some questions from our group that put up questions for Warm Up Wednesday. So every Wednesday we warm up together, and then they post up questions on what they're struggling with their warm-ups. And so I figured it would be nice to start with those, kind of chat about those until you guys post in your questions, and we'll just kind of start from there. So where was it? One of the people in my group, I won't say her name, will be anonymous, says, I'm struggling with switching from my chest voice to my head voice and back smoothly. So I want to kind of talk about, I feel like there's like this mystical idea behind chest and head voice and falsetto and where all of these are. And I feel like a lot of people think that they literally move throughout the body. And I want to tell you that's not true. Your chest voice, your head voice, your falsetto, all of those are all created right here. And it's they're basically like a form of soft tissue is what your vocal cords are. Let me move this text on the screen so it's not in the way. We'll come back to that later. There we go. Basically, they're like a form of soft tissue. And so they sit within your throat, your vocal cords. Oh, good. Our guest is ready. I'm going to let her kind of link up in a minute. And then the two muscles that control them adjust if they go thick or thin, and that adjusts the tone. So let's say if you're singing a really, really high note, the vocal cords thin out in here and just the inner part vibrates. And that causes the sound. So they separate, air comes in, they come back together, the vocal cords themselves, then the air comes through and vibrates, and just the inside of them, inner lining. Think of like if you had the tips of your nails painted white and your nails were the vocal cords, just the white tips are what vibrate, and that's what comes through and creates that high note. And when you're singing super high, you feel it up here, because it's a lighter tone. It travels faster, it travels lighter, and that's why we feel it in our head. That's why we call it head voice. We feel it more in the head. It's lighter. Now, when you're singing a low note, the vocal cords do the same thing. They separate, air comes in, they come back together, and they thicken and shorten up, and all of them vibrate. So more of it vibrates, which means it's a heavier, denser vibration as the air travels through. You actually need more air for your low notes because there's more to vibrate, and less air for your high notes. So you have that difference between the lows and the highs, and then the lows, you feel it in the chest. So then we have the chest because it's heavier. The reason why they originally call it head voice and chest voice is because it was back in the day when you couldn't put a camera in your throat and you couldn't see what's going on. And because you couldn't see what's going on, they made assumptions off of what they were feeling. They felt it in their head, they called it a head voice. They felt it in their chest, they called it a chest voice. It is not physically created in your head or in your chest. And I really like to push this through simply because as you're singing those super duper high notes, you're gonna wanna push thinking that they're high. And I wanna tell you, you don't wanna push. You don't want more air because it's just less vibration. Okay, so my guest is here. Let's get her started in here. Xtina Fan, is it happening live? Yes, we are happening live. Hi, honey. Okay, so let's see if we can transfer this over. I got to get to my guest that we're going to do this lesson. It may be a little glitchy, you guys, but work with me here. I'm going to unmute and I'm going to add her in. Hello, honey. Can you see me? Can you hear me? You are currently a big pink block on the screen. I can't hear you or see you, but I can see that you're trying to connect in. So what I want you to do is I'm going to hide your screen again. I'm kind of talking to her. Sorry, you guys. I want you to hide your screen again. I want you to drop it down. I'm going to drop it down off the screen, and I want you to reconnect with the camera. There's something going on with your camera and your microphone, so go ahead and adjust those on your computer so that way we can get you on here live. You may have to log out from the link I gave you and then come back in, but your camera is not connecting and I'm also not hearing you as well. Okay, so I'm gonna hide you and I'm also gonna leave it up, but drop out of the stream, which means log out if needed. Okay, so let's go back into here. Hello, everyone. Okay, I've got some questions. Victor Bradshaw says, what about subharmonics? You know what? I don't know. And I have, see, this is also why I love what I do with you guys. I love learning. I love learning. Like, I know a little bit about it, but I don't want to be like, oh, I know when I don't really know. So I'm going to put down subharmonics. I'm going to figure out all about that. And then next week when I go live, that's going to be my question, Victor. Victor, I'm going to even use your name when I say it. So I will find out for you because I don't know. As well as, is that similar to polyharmonics or polyphonics where you have several layers, or it sounds like several tones? I did look into that because I did have a student who had that. If it's similar to that, then I know a little bit about it. But I have it written down. I will find out next week. I don't know everything, you guys, but I will find out and I will research the crap out of it for you. Okay, let's see another one. Oh, it's just Xtina saying, is this happening live? Yes, it is happening live. Okay, all right, you guys, let's keep going because I'm just waiting for my guest. Okay, let me see. I am doing something wrong. Or is it 3:20? 3:20, I don't know what 3. My guest is not from where I'm from, and she's also not from the US. So there's a bit of a time thing, but I'm going to tell her, yes, you're supposed to be on. This is what happens sometimes. Okay, so let me tell her, yes, we are starting now. Okay, can you show how to belt using, oh, here, let me pop you up there. I have a habit of reading things and not popping them up. Can you show how to belt using mixed voice, and specifically how to negotiate the amount of head versus chest in the mix? Okay, this is a really good question. I get it all the time with mixed voice. What is mixed voice and negotiating the amount that you have? The best way to approach to getting a mixed voice is, actually, let me back this up. The number one way that people try to get a mixed voice is they go with the chest voice or a heavier voice, and they try to jam it up into their higher notes. So, for instance, I am waiting, clicked at the link. Yes, but I don't see any video. I'm going to multitask on here. Okay, so let's see here. For instance, it would help if my piano plugged in, but I'm going to kind of give you a difference between mixed and head voice, as well as if I can get my piano to plug in for you. There we go. Is that it? Yes. A difference between mixed and a head voice. What should I do more? I don't see you. Okay, hang on one second. You need to make sure that it's connecting with your camera. She's so cute. I don't think she realizes that I'm live right now. Okay, so we're dealing with the mix, like a I'm just gonna have that shift in the middle. What that is and what that's telling you when you hear that and there's that big shift in it, that means that you are putting too much tension and too much weight on the vocal cords as you're going into that mix. So, I'm sorry, I'm multitasking over. Yes, I know. Yeah, I can't help you. I'm sorry. I'm like talking to her at the same time. It might just be me talking to you today, you guys. Okay, so that hard shift is there's too much weight and it's doing like a shift in between. What that means, or at least for you, mentally what you need to do is lighten up on the beginning. So instead of a which is down here, that even hurt a little bit. I want you to think of the first note within that scale as you're doing your warm-ups as being the high note, because then we're going to lighten up on the weight and it can do this transition. So instead of a which is down here in the chest kind of feeling and a little bit strained, you're going to think of it almost like it's crazy faced out and Disney. And I know it's going to be really weird, but this is training. Training's not supposed to sound pretty. It helps you with your performance. So you have yeah, this voice rather than which is more guttural. Then you're up within that transition. You could hear how it slid through. Rather than and you've lost all of it. So starting with the first note before you go into it, and this works for jumps as well. If you're like, and you're losing your intensity up at that top note, think of the first note as the high note and lead it from there. So it's on the same platform rather than and you're trying to bring that weight up. And the vocal cords, basically that shift is the vocal cords going, nope. And they like shift the way that they should, and then you've lost your momentum because they kind of had to do what they need to do. Now, to know the amount of head voice versus chest voice, I suggest kind of working on what I said there and messing around within that break to make sure that you're starting light and you're heading from there. Light, but still pingy, not, that's too much air, but staying on that same platform. Now, once you get there and once your voice gets used to this, then you can hyper develop it from there. You can open up the space within your mouth and within your throat. You can sit it down into your body a little bit more if you want on that high note and start to develop it. So it's not so sounds a little bit better than which is a little bit more thin, but you can't really do that until you've got that stretch that you're hearing, that pinginess. Once it gets used to it, then you can develop it and adjust it into that mixed voice from there. You can also do the same thing from top to bottom. So like instead of which went down into here. So in some ways, and this is just generalizing with my students, in general, they're bringing too much weight from the bottom up. It's very, very rare that they're bringing the lightness of the top and it's weakening their bottoms. That doesn't happen very often. It's usually from the bottom to the top. Okay, so let's see here. Stina says, that makes perfect sense. I notice that when I try to add too much weight to my chest tone, it's harder to mix into a mixed coordination. Exactly, because your vocal cords aren't able to do that adjustment. So here's the thing. As I'm naturally doing this, as I'm doing that transition, you can hear it doesn't sound like there's a big difference between the two notes. It almost sounds like it's right on the same platform. And that's simply because the vocal cords are just doing, there's like two muscles, the adductor and the abductor. I won't go into all the fancy names and stuff, but they control the vocal cords. And they're doing these little tiny adjustments as I'm going through it. If you bring up too much weight, they do a hard adjustment, and that's where that break comes in. Okay, let's see. Thank you so much. It was extremely helpful. I'm glad to help you. And then Kayla. Hi, Kayla. Oh, good. Okay. I actually saw a video where the artist ended a phrase on vocal fry, then went straight into a mixed bout. Whoa. Ended the phrase on a vocal fry. Okay, so it had that like kind of grit to it and went straight into a mixed belt. That makes sense. That absolutely makes sense because they're bringing the vocal cords together. They're slowing them down to make sure that they're connected, which is what vocal fry does. And then they went from there with the stretch to get into that mixed belt, making sure that it's light enough. I hope I didn't lose all of you in there. But yes, that totally makes sense. If you are part of my group, which Kayla is because she's awesome. Let me put the little pop-up on here. We go over a lot of chord drills, which is that vocal fry and the foundation behind what I'm doing. So of like, which is not a, or a, it's which helps with like somewhere over the rainbow. I always use that one as an example. So somewhere, hear that air? You've lost your strength behind it. But if we do where, somewhere, oh, it has that strength behind it that we want within our belting voice. Okay, so let me check real quick. Let me see what's going on with her. Yes, I know, honey. I don't know what to say, Janny. It's the one who's supposed to be joining. I just can't see her on here. So it has to do with her camera. So we may not have her on here. Okay, so I'm going to push Jan. I'm going to tell her we're going to work on it this week, and I will put you in for next week's lesson because I have to continue teaching. What I'm going to do, you guys, is I'm actually going to pop up on the screen, and I'm going to invite you. Whoever wants in gets in. Oh, it's a free-for-all. I never do this, but due to what's kind of going on, I kind of have to, right? So let's post that puppy up there. If you would like to join me, there's the link. Whoever hops up first gets it. If you are under the age of 18, how do I move this thing over? Then I need you to have parents' permission because I did have one recently that was not 18, and then I had to remove it from one of my videos, and that kind of sucked. So if you would like to join as a guest, just go on ahead and hop over there. I need to disconnect from Janny, and it's not letting me. I know, Janny's sad. I'm sorry, honey. Okay, so let's remove that. There we go. And that should move that over, and I can take her off of there. Okay, so we now have room. If anyone would like to join me, go on ahead and use that link. You can be my guest on here. You have to do it through a computer. Yeah, not through the phone. That's just how it is. Sorry, this is what this thing does. Okay, so let's see here. Brian says, oh, can I show it and show that? Let's just show it real quick. You should teach Carrie Underwood how to mix her bouts. She'd sound a lot better. Brian, she used to mix her bouts. It's very interesting because I am a huge Carrie Underwood fan. I don't know. She got me into country. Like my whole family's from Oklahoma and Arkansas and all sorts. But man, oh wait. There's Janny. Yay, Jenny! Okay, hang on. Let me get rid of this. Brian, I will get back to you at another time, but I gotta get Jenny on here because I actually got her. Okay, show in stream. Yay! Okay, say something. I hope I can hear you. I can't hear you. Dang it. Okay, I'm gonna unmute, and then I'm gonna mute. And then is there anything on your end that on your, do you have anything that says that you're muted or not muted? We're going to figure this out, you guys. Yeah, because I can't hear you for some reason. You look beautiful, though. Can you hear me? You guys on the other end, are you able to hear her as well? That's a good question. I can't hear you, though. I guess that's important, huh? I kind of have to hear you. Yeah. Okay, so let's try it again. I'm going to have to knock you off and then come back in. But let's try it again and just make sure, I don't know, little good luck vibes. And then we'll try it again. Okay, so I know. Kayla says hi. Okay, let me knock you out. Let me remove you or whatever that's called. Okay. All right, we'll get back to it. Okay, Brian. Let's get back to you, Brian. I know, you guys. This is just a shit show this morning. Carrie Underwood used to, hey, Ronaldo once said, Ronaldo, I see you, honey. Hi. And I hear you too. They can't hear you yet. Don't worry. Okay, so I'm going to tell Jenny while she's figuring it out, I'm going to pop you in the stream then. Okay, so let me show you in the stream because I can hear you and I can see you. Yay! You're on the stream, by the way. Okay, good. And Jenny is there. Okay, let me tell Jenny. Okay, I'm going to do a quickie lesson with Ronaldo while you're figuring out your mic, and then I will pop you on here. This is just a mess. Hi, honey. All right. So what I need you to do is, first of all, tell me that I have your permission to be live streaming you on YouTube.
Of course you do.
Okay, good. I know it's like legal stuff. I kind of got to. Okay, so what song do you want to work on? And now I can't see you at all. You were beautifully in great lighting.
Sorry, I'm just gonna go in a different room where no one's in. So give me a moment.
I was like, are you?
Sorry, yeah, my name's Ronaldo, and from London. I'm a British Filipino artist. I'm 22. And I actually discovered you from watching you break down EXO.
Oh yeah, okay.
So I do listen to a lot of K-pop and BTS and Ariana Grande. That's like kind of like if they had a child, that's like my sound to say.
If they had a love child, that would be your voice. That's great. I think that's awesome.
Sorry, bear with me. I'm just going into the room now.
Okay, that's totally fine. Yay! Okay, and then Jenny, I don't know if you can hear me, honey, but let's see here. I still can't hear you, Jenny. I should be able to hear you, and I can't. It should be like all up in my ear with you talking. Let me mute and unmute, and I still can't hear you. I wonder why. Hey, Ronaldo, did you have like a link or something that you had to click to undo your mic or anything, or did it just automatically do its thing?
I'm doing it from my iPhone, and it just asked for permission to like.
Oh, you did it from your iPhone. Okay.
Yeah, access your microphone and camera.
Oh, Jenny, can you hear that? If you can hear that, nod. If you have an iPhone or a phone, apparently you can go to the same link and do it. Can you hear me? No? Okay, I'm going to text her in. This is the one I'm supposed to be having.
Everything.
I can see you clearly and I can hear you clearly. That's why I'm like, what did you do? Because my actual guest is supposed to do that. Okay, let me try doing it from your phone. Period. Apparently, they must have updated it, and now you can do it from your phone. Okay, there we go. I'm like looking at her on my screen, but okay. All right. Oh, so exciting. Okay, so sing me a little bit of what you want to work on, and let's kind of go from there. Let me grab my little notes because I get really excited, and then I forget what I'm going to say while you're singing. Okay, all right. Yeah. You're doing fine. Yay!
Okay,
okay, hit it.
I'll do God as a woman because I know that's something you already
Oh,
broke down as well. So I'll kind of
yeah.
do it in the Milky Way. Let me.
Oh, we lost him. You guys, this has been my week. This has been my week. I don't know, those of you that are subscribed there, he's back again. Those of you that are hi again.
Can you hear me?
I was gonna say this has been my week. Like this week, I claimed I was going because I got 20,000 subs, and I was like, I'm gonna put out a video every single day from now on. A new video will come out every day, and we planned it out, and we worked on it and launched it, and the Hamilton video got fully erased right before we were supposed to release
Oh
it, and
no.
it got an error, and all the edits were lost. So we have to start from scratch. And then
Okay.
YouTube blocked 2 of the videos that I was putting out this week. And I'm like, what is going on? So it's been
Oh
that kind
no.
of week. But
Okay.
you know, you roll with it. All right. God is a woman. Sing it, and I'm gonna take some notes
Okay.
and we're gonna work on something.
Okay.
Okay.
You love it how I move you. You love it how I touch you, my one. When all is said and done, you believe God is a woman, and I'm
Ooh.
feeling at the midnight, feeling that you can't fight, my one. It lingers when we're done. You believe God is a woman.
Okay, I'm gonna stop you right there.
Okay.
That is
Okay.
beautiful. There's
Okay.
your pitch is really nice. You're doing a lot of the little riffs that she does. I think it sounds really nice. My
Thanks.
first thing I want to do is try to pop open the sound just a little bit more. I know the you at the very beginning is really difficult to do because she actually slides from the bottom up. That's a different key,
The
huh?
grace note.
You. I think that's actually her normal key, but I'm going to do it in a higher key if that's okay, because you is a little low for me. But when you're going into it, I want you to try to at least internally open up a little more space. So right now it's you love it how everything's kind of here and a little small, which is fine stylistically, but we want to pop open at least some of it to create a dimension. Ariana Grande does this at the end of her phrases. At the end of her phrases, she opens up her vowels a lot, and this causes where majority of the time she's closed. But then, like you love it how I move you. You love it how I touch you. She always like is a lot of openness there that she does, and that's how she creates the dynamics of being closed quite a bit and then popping open and then closed and popping open. Now, I don't necessarily want you to sound exactly like Ariana Grande. I want you to sound like your love child of EXO. And you said
No,
it,
but
not me.
not gonna lie, that is something I've struggled with, especially as I'm going higher in my range. You need more. Any extreme note, high or low, you need more space, and
Yes.
I always found it hard to remind myself. I kind of think of like a 2 finger space at least as you're
Okay.
going higher.
Yeah.
But
And I
obviously,
would suggest, like, not just thinking of the mouth, because, like you said, high notes need more space. They actually physically need more space, especially in the throat, because they thin out. I was just talking about this earlier. I think you were actually in the chat. How they thin out, and just the inner lining vibrates. They literally physically thin out. So if the throat is closed, they can't stretch. And they can't hit that note. So if you're pushing at all or causing any tension, it tells your brain that you must be eating or drinking or you're under attack. And the muscles of the throat start to clench and close up to protect your lungs. It's some craziness. I'm a nerd for vocal cords. I love all this stuff. I'm like, oh, but so it closes. So you literally want it open. So what I want to do is I want to work on popping that open first before you go into the notes. So I want you to take your thumb and your forefinger and you're going to put it on your throat. And you're going to,
maybe I'll take this
I'm
off.
sorry. Yeah, right?
It's okay. Wait, say again.
Okay, thumb and forefinger on your throat. Yep, and I want you to drop your chin and then swallow. And anyone who's watching this, you can absolutely do the same thing. This is really, really cool to know when you're opening up. Now, when you swallow, you should feel a little cage thing here, like pop open or move, kind of adjust, especially as a guy. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. But stop trying to use fancy words and confusing people. No, I'm kidding.
Sorry.
Yes, no, I'm just joking. So you're going to have thumb and forefinger, drop your chin, and then you swallow. And you feel that move. I like it. That's what we're focusing on. Now you can move your hand off of it. I want you to take in air. You're going to drop down your jaw, unhinge it this way, not that way, but that way. And I want you to take in air like you're surprised, like what was that? And even if you make that sound, that's okay as we're starting to get used to this. Now, thumb and forefinger, go back on here, swallow to adjust so that way your fingers go right on top of that little cage, larynx. And then I want you to open your mouth and do that surprise breath again. Yeah. Now let's make sure they're separate. Open, then breathe. It sounds so much easier than it actually is, but open and then breathe in. Do you feel that little cage thing go whoop and kind of open, expand, and drop down? That means that you've now, so the muscles of the throat either contract closed or stretch open. They're always active. They never don't do something. We've now basically mentally gone in and said, open up. And we forced them or kind of rewired them and went, open up time. So they opened up. So that's how I want you to take an air. But we're going to do it one more time and you're not going to make the sound. So you have your chin down, you're going to open up, but you're just going to try to pop it open without making the sound. You're going to just try to control that muscle.
Okay.
So mess around with it for a bit. Those of you that are watching, same thing. Make sure your mouth is all the way open. Your mouth isn't open at all. There you go. Yeah. Open, then expand. Open, expand. And this is a great thing that you can do in the car because it doesn't make any sound. Or if you have roommates and you don't want to bug them. This is the foundation that you need before you sing. So as we're going into a scale, it would be rather than hear the difference? One's in pitch. I mean, they're both in pitch, but one just has that pop. It's the same thing with the U. So we're going to do a U, which opens it so much more than you, which it doesn't have that, you know? So let's do that. So what you're going to do is you're going to open your mouth, you're going to take in that air, and then you're going to sing your you, whatever your keys were for that, trying to keep that space as you go to do it.
Okay, should I keep my jaw dropped down the whole time?
No, just at the very beginning, because obviously you have to say you.
Oh.
You can't be like,
Okay. Yeah, I was going to say, it's enunciation.
Yeah. No, it's still going to be there, but we want to at least pop it open and then go into it, keeping that kind of crazy face lifted open sensation as you go. So I'll show the example. So we have you. See, I'm still thinking, and this is practice. Again, you're not going to perform it with this going on, but just to get it used to it. So open up and go on ahead and pop into it.
You.
Very different, right? Do it again.
You.
Okay, and then go into the rest of the song. And each time you take in that breath, I want you to pause, reassess. So it'd be like, you love it how I move you. You love it how I touch you, my one. Something like that. It's been a while since I sang the song. But each time I'm breathing, I'm popping open and then going into it. Popping open and then going into it.
Okay. You love it how I move you. You love it how I touch you, my one.
There you go.
And done. You believe God is a woman.
So you're going to want to do this in front of a mirror because you're already doing you. It's like not opening at all.
Okay.
You may feel like it's opening, but not quite as much as you would want. And make sure that you separate the two. Open, then air. So take your time. There's no rhythm with practicing this song. Pop open, air, you pop open, air. You love it. Like literally take that time to really get in the better habit of open, air, then sing. I'm going to have you do it again.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
No. No, you went. And that's all I want. I want then air, space, then air. Then you're surprised.
You love it how I move you. You love it how I touch you, my one.
Yep. Okay. So I got to cut you off because I have my actual student that's here. But it's something that I really want you to focus on for sure, of opening up, then the air, then singing. If you do this with a scale, I want the same thing. Open. Here goes my phone. I really do suggest an ah as well, because ah is the most open vowel, and that's going to help you pop that open. It's going to feel really uncomfortable in the beginning. You might feel more tension. You might feel more closure. It's just because your body's not used to it. But we are opening up that space. Then you can decide later where you want it open, where you want it closed, stylistically. But for now, we want to strip all the style out of the way, get the proper foundation, and go from there. Okay. Join my Facebook group too, because we do warm-ups and all sorts of crazy stuff all the time. Let me put that on the screen while I got you on here. That is that one. And we do like foundational warm-ups. I go live with my warm-ups. We all cheer each other on. And we also have Singing Saturday, where you get to put in a video of you singing, and I actually give you a tip on it of how to improve it. And it's totally free. So like, why not? You know, and you're the love child of EXO, and like, come on. We need more of you in there. All right. Thank you for coming on.
Thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay. So let's see if I can get you on here, Jenny. Crossing fingers. Say hello.
Hello.
Yay! Okay, let me look real quick on what just happened. Okay, no, blah, 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 blah. It is pleasant and lovely. Okay, yeah, I've been on this live, but I was on my phone. I'm on my computer now. Okay, all right, okay. Sorry, 2K Academy. I know, I guess they wanted to hop on. Just so you know, I do have every person that is watching is welcome to screenshot this video, post it up on Instagram, tag songs from a suitcase, and every single week I pick one new winner to get a 20-minute voice lesson with me live here on YouTube. So if you're not in the group, then 3 weeks out of the month, I choose a new winner every single week to do this. So 2K Academy, I'm sorry I couldn't pop you on here because I got to work with Janny because she did the group and she won. But if you would like your chance, then screenshot, put on Instagram, tag me so I know that you did it, comment down below, and I will pick one each week. Okay, Janny. Okay, let me move this out of the way. Okay, good. All right, so it's been a morning. Let's get you singing what we came here for, which was the Lady Gaga song. Remember Us Way. Whenever you're ready, go on ahead and sing it, and then I'm going to take a couple of notes down, and then we're going to work on some stuff.
Okay.
You're doing great. You're doing great. No one else is here. That's just you and me. Yeah, that's it. And like 10 other people.
I'll give it a try.
There's not that many people on here. It's fine.
That Arizona sky burning in your eyes. You look at me and babe, I wanna catch on fire. It's buried in my soul like California gold. You found the light in me that I couldn't find. So when I'm all choked up and I can't find the words, every time we say goodbye, baby, it hurts.
Good. Okay, so I'm going to stop you there. That was beautiful. I could already, like, there's some stylistic stuff that you do in the beginning that I was like, ooh, I like it, but that may bite you in the butt when we get to the high notes, and it did, and I was like, dang. Because like California gold, you kind of like dig down in it, which is actually what Lady Gaga does. So you may have listened to Lady Gaga quite a bit, and you're kind of pulling on her style there, which is fine when it's in your normal range or your comfortable range, like California gold, you know, da 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 da. But when I'm all choked up and it's like that's where we did that hard shift into that. So we're gonna work it from the top down, kind of like what I was talking about before. I don't know if you could hear the YouTube thing because you were just trying to figure it out, but we talked about transitions and breaks while I was trying to get you on here. We're gonna start from the top and we're gonna lead on down, and then we're also gonna lighten up the beginning. So let's go to when, is that the note? When I'm all choked up and I can. Is that it? Is that?
I don't exactly know which key right now, but I am in one lower key from her.
All right, so hang on, let me glance it. Oh, I have my volume down. That's right. Da, 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 da. Ooh, that's right. She goes off there, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, come on. When I'm on, there we go. Da-da-da. Let me grab that note. Sorry, you guys that are watching. I can't play much of it, otherwise I get striked on YouTube. Thank you, YouTube. Yeah, that's why we go a cappella. When I'm all choked up and
But she does that coming backwards almost on that one.
Really?
Yes, and the next time she does everything in one. So I can try that, but
okay, yeah. Well, there's your starting note on that one. Do you want to just pop right into that, and then we'll dig into this? This seems like your hard spot, is this belty area.
Yeah. So when I'm all choked up and I can't find the words, every time we say goodbye, baby, it hurts.
Good. Do you want to keep going, or that I can work off that? Let's work off that. Okay. Yes. Yeah. You're a whole step lower. Okay. So right now, I want you to do the very beginning of it like it's lighter and more pingy, and that's the high note. When instead of when I'm, it's all down here, which is nice stylistically, but it's messing up. All choked up and I you can kind of hear which is the like the diaphragm and the stomach, it's contracting and it's tight. We want to lighten all that out. So let's start with when, almost like you're a princess, but not airy princess. So you're going to go, when I'm all, just like that. When I'm all choked up and I can't find the words. Is that it? Find the words? Yeah. Okay.
When I'm all choked up and I can't find the words.
There we go. There we go. You need that as foundation, and then you're just going to open up the space a little bit more. Because right now it's just smaller because we're learning it. When I'm all choked up and I can't find the words. You know, sorry. I get all stylistically and I add little stuff to it. Words. But so let's do it again, really small within there. And then I want to show you how to develop this and open it up a little bit. So when
I'm all choked up and I can't find the words.
Good. Now let's do the same thing, but do it half volume. When I'm all choked up and I can't find the words. The words.
When I'm all choked up and I can't find the words.
Good. So the reason why I have you take down volume is because oftentimes we can get away with pushing if there's volume. And as someone who doesn't necessarily have a total trained ear, you may think that you're doing this princessy voice correctly, but as soon as I take down that volume, you notice there's a little bit more of a struggle. So let's do it again. And I want you to think of that little pinginess. And as you start to struggle and want to put in air instead, I want you to just kind of ping it out a little bit. As much as you can from there at that half volume.
When I'm all choked up and I can't find the words.
Okay, I know you're like, this is not the sound that I want, but that is so good. That's such the foundation that I want. That's bringing that pinginess that we want and putting it into this mix. And then from there, it's just opening up. Okay, do it again because I don't want to move too fast. But do it again. That was beautiful. It was beautiful. Okay.
When I'm all choked up and I can't find the words.
Yeah, so you hear, I can't, the air came in. When I'm all choked up and I can't find the, here the air came in and took over. Let's do it again one more time and really just ping that out.
When I'm all choked up and I can't find the words.
Good. Now from there, I want you to think of the same ping voice, but you happen to just open up the space a little bit more. Kind of like what I was talking about with the previous person, Ray, right before you, about opening up that space and then going into it. I want that ping, and all I want you to do is just think of a little more space in there. When I'm all, I said, when I'm all choked, and stay in that pingy voice.
Yeah. When I'm all choked up and I can't find the words.
Good. So how'd that feel?
Oh, it feels nice.
Yeah. Good. There's a little more tension that did just pop in, but I like the foundation where we are. It feels more comfortable. Let's do that one more time, and then I'm going to show you how to stylistically kind of mess with it a little bit to make it sound like a struggle. Because when we're singing, we want it to almost sound like a struggle, even though it actually isn't a struggle, because we don't want to cause the tension. It's like a catch-22. You know what I mean? Okay, so let's do it again. When open, then ping.
When I'm all choked up and I can't find the words.
Yeah, that sounded so beautiful. Okay, now I want that, but I want you to drop your shoulders, bend your knees, and I want you to think of those notes, still pinged, still open, but kind of think of them being more like kind of like a low note or sitting down into the body. So when I do it, I have to wear this because you guys can't hear me as well on my wireless for some reason when I go live. I got to figure that out. But okay, I'm literally wearing workout shorts. But let me show you what I'm talking. You guys get to see. You're lucky I'm wearing underwear. No, I'm kidding. Okay, so I have when open, ping, when I'm all choked up and I can't find the words, right? Words, I guess it is. So on those, you see how my knees bent and I almost popped open my mouth a little bit more and I allowed the dimension to go in. When I'm all choked up and I can't find the words. Right? Yeah. So that's what I want you to do. That's going to give it a little bit more of that beltier feel there that I know you're kind of wanting.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, you got it. You got it. You're doing
when
great.
I'm all choked up and I can't find the words.
Yeah. How does that feel in comparison to what you just sang it as? Like before we even started?
It sounds like a better start.
Mm-hmm. How does it feel? Does it feel like you could do this over and over again?
Yeah.
Good. That's what we want. We want it to feel comfortable. We don't want it to feel like a strain or a stress or a problem, because otherwise you're just damaging your vocal cords, and then you're not going to be able to sing as much as you want to. Okay, let's continue on with the song, and let's start kind of throwing this in. And you guys that are watching, you are totally welcome to ask any questions if you're like, what is going on? Because then that helps with, it's the opposite side. I got her here. So yeah. Okay, so we have from there, that's our note. And then just keep going, and then I'll maybe stop you as it continues on in another trouble spot.
I sing that song again, and then I just continue.
Yeah, that's what I think.
Yeah. So when I'm all choked up and I can't find the words, every time we say goodbye, baby, it hurts. When the sun goes down,
Woo!
and the band won't play, I always remember us this way.
Nice. So I think she does a falsetto, an airy falsetto on play, and the band won't play. She does like a she lightens it there.
Yeah.
Do you want to lighten it there? Do we want to mess with the style there a little bit and kind of lighten up on some areas? Yeah.
I've tried it, but I don't really know. So if you have any good exercises, please.
Okay, so let's but the band won't play. Right? Is that what we're going for? Okay. All right. So give that a shot. And the band
won't play.
Yeah. Okay. So making sure that as you're going into it, we're going to start off with a hey. Band won't play hey. Play hey. Because the ha is going to give us that excess air. Basically, we're taking the vocal cords that are together and we're going, we're going to open you a little bit, and we're going to allow that excess air to come through, which I'm not a fan of doing that all the time. I know that it is in style right now, especially with like Billie Eilish. She sings with a lot of space and a lot of air, and so she has a microphone right there. But stylistically, this is kind of fun to add it in. So you're going to do, we're actually going to say it, but the band won't play. Mm-hmm.
And the band won't play.
Yeah, just for now. It's going to feel really weird. When the sun comes down and the band won't play.
When the sun comes down and the band won't play.
Yeah, so that'll do it for now. Now I want you to take away the hey, but you're just going to add that air. And the band won't play.
And the band won't play.
Better. With the hey, I don't want you to hold on to it for so long. It's doing, but the band won't play. You're like hanging on to it, which normally I like, but in this stylistically, you kind of have to just let it go. But the band won't play.
Band won't play.
Yeah, it kind of drop it off, right? It's a weird one. And it's got a little yodel in it because you're like, play. Which would be something fun to mess with and kind of figure that out. But, okay, so let's try it one more time. Oh, Penny P says she has a lovely voice. Kind of cool.
Thank you.
Okay, and the band won't play.
And the band won't play.
Yeah, so right now it's play. Yeah, you're like adding a band won't play. You're like adding an extra note in there somewhere.
Play.
Yeah. Play. There you go. That was it. Play. That works fine too. I just did the yodel in it. Hang on, let me grab my dog. Come here. Come on. I'm in a lesson here. Let's go. Oh my goodness. Everyone, Shanini says hello. Oh, you made me lose my pen. There you go. Okay, go. All right, go. All right. Okay. Play. I'll always remember us this way. And then when we go like, oh, she goes like, da 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 da. Right? That comes next. Yeah. Okay. Ooh. Okay. Let's do that part then. You can go in from play.
I should have one more verse, but it's better to go on that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I go on that one then.
All right. Perfect.
Can you give me that?
The won't play. I'll always remember. And there we are. And the band won't play.
I always remember us this way. Oh yeah, I don't want to be just a memory, baby. And I know actually I tend to push, and I don't want to push.
I can see your face like, I'm doing it. I'm not supposed to be doing it. All right, that's okay. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. You. Oh yeah. What did she even say there?
I don't want to be just a memory, baby.
Okay. Now here's the thing. Lady Gaga yells the crap out of this section. She yells it. She's not doing a mixed bout. She's yelling the crap out of it. And for those of you that love Lady Gaga, I do love Lady Gaga. Her newest album, I like the acoustic version, not the house version. But if you listen to her first vocals of her very earlier albums, her vocals were way more mixed than they are now. Now she's just kind of going for it. And if you do that, it will cause problems. And that is, I don't know if she's gotten vocal notes. I heard that she has, but I wouldn't be surprised because she really, really yells. And we don't want to yell. At least as a vocal coach, we don't want to yell. If you want to yell when you're singing it, fine, but do not practice it yelling. Like let's use it for special yelling occasions. Okay, so oh yeah. Da, 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 da. Was it here? I'll always remember us this way. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay. All right. So we're gonna do kind of what we did before. Truthfully, you're gonna we're gonna ping it out because this is how we're gonna get that mix that we want.
Yeah.
You're going to keep your volume low. And I want you to take all of this, like, I'm going to yell this note style and put it aside for now. We're going to come back to it. But for now, I need it to be kind of on the prettier end of, oh, yeah. What are the words?
I don't want to be just a memory, baby.
Yeah. I don't want to be just a memory, baby. It's going to sound like this for now. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I don't want to be just a memory, baby.
Oh, yeah. I don't want to be just a memory, baby.
Okay, so now we're going to do the same thing, but we're going to do half volume. You're like, no! So we have, oh, and your note is here. Oh, yeah. I don't want to be just a memory, baby. It's kind of this voice. And we're not singing the Lady Gaga song. We just happen to be saying the same notes and the same words, but we are not singing the Lady Gaga song right now. We're like taking it out of our brain, and it's becoming a cartoon song. Oh, yeah. I don't want to be just a memory, baby. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I don't want to be just a memory, baby.
Yeah, and I know it. There's a battle going on in there. Yep. Okay, so let's try it again. Let's do it from the hard part. So, I don't want to be just a memory, baby. Oh, I don't want to be.
Yes. I don't want to be just a memory, baby.
Yeah, we gotta bring that in first. You know, like when my morals, when I do the oh in the middle of them, that's exactly what we're doing with these. So, oh yeah, that's it. Oh, I don't wanna. So make sure the volume is low, and we got the cartoon, and let's do that one again. I don't wanna be.
I don't wanna be just a memory, baby.
Yeah, I know. It's really weird, right? You're like, what am I doing? I have no idea. You're basically telling the vocal cords, this is the position that I want you to be in. And you're putting in the muscle memory. So like when you do something over and over and over again, the muscles physically change and adapt. You're telling your muscles, this is the position that I want them to be in. This is what I want you to do over and over again. And then now we're going to open up the space to make it sound more like about. But for now, let's just do it again. Kayla's laughing. Kayla, no laughing. Kayla's laughing. Kayla in the group. Yeah, Kayla. You watch it. Next lesson I have with you, I'm going to make you cartoon in public too. Okay, so I don't want to. Hey, oh.
Hey, oh. I don't wanna be just a memory, baby.
Yeah, good. Do it again.
I don't wanna be just a memory, baby.
You're even going higher, as funny as that is. Okay, so now we're going to experiment. And I want you to use the same voice. Again, we're not singing a Lady Gaga song. We are just singing a cartoon song like Betty Boop or Kermit the Frog or one of those. And you are happening to open up more space. So it's I don't wanna be just a memory, baby. So it's gonna have a little more space open, but don't forget about that ping. It's the ping, and then you're just opening it up, but you're still staying here. Okay, so I'm ready.
I don't wanna be just a memory, baby.
Good. Do it again.
I don't wanna be just a memory, baby.
Good. Now I want you to take off the high. It's I. Right now it's I don't want to be, which you're losing your chord connection when you do that. Let's start with a I don't want to, instead of I don't want to.
I don't wanna be just a memory, baby.
Good. So now we're going to bring all those together, and I'm going to have you sit down into it a little bit more. Now, normally if we were in a regular lesson, we would loop these and you would get stronger. And once you had it down, like boom, 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 then we'd move on to opening up. Then we move on to you kind of sitting down into your body as you go into it. But because we're on limited time, this is like vomit information. Go, 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 go. Okay, too bad, you know. So when you go back to this, and those of you that are watching, please take your time and get one down before you move on to the next. This is just for the sake of the video. Okay, so we're going to do it again. Ping, open, but I want you to sit down into it. So we have a 50-50 popped open ping, and then a sitting down. So we have polar opposites of where the shoulders go down, the body goes down, but this stays lifted. All right?
Okay.
And we're up here. I don't wanna. Uh-huh.
I don't wanna be just a memory, baby.
Yeah, better. I know it's so weird. You're like, lift but down. What is going on? I think of if you've ever done ballet, when they plie, if you ever see them, how they're still lifted here, but their body goes down. So their weight drops down, yet here is still active and awake. And it's the same kind of idea that we're going for. Let's do it again.
I don't wanna be just a memory, baby.
There you go. So I want you to work on that. Once you get that down, then you can start adding effects to it. I think I even talked about adding a growl and that kind of, that kind of growl behind it, which could kind of help. And you can also mess with adding a little bit of tension. So it's not so like, I don't wanna be just a memory, baby. So it's got a little bit more, but has the foundation of you doing it correctly. So it's not so brutal in some ways. That makes sense? Yeah. Okay, that is your 20-minute lesson. We did.
Thank you so much.
You're totally welcome. I'll see you in the group for sure. Okay. All right. Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
So, welcome. Okay. So, you guys, hello. Let me check in. I'm supposed to have a lesson coming up. Let me see if she texted me. If not, she often runs behind. Okay, she didn't. Okay, she must be running behind. Okay, good. I've got 5 more minutes. You got me for 5 minutes. Let's see. What do I have on here? What if I don't have a Facebook group? I am part of the Facebook group. Oh, yeah. 2K Academy. Dude, just be part of the Facebook group. If you don't have an Instagram, I think you can screenshot it, add it to your Facebook account, and tag me in it. I don't know if anyone's done that before, but try doing that. And then I'll put you in, just for those of you that wondered about it. Oh, I got a commercial. Hang on, I just started doing this. Here we go.
Do you like to sing? Then you should join my Facebook group. We go live with vocal warm-ups, singing Saturdays, warm-up Wednesdays, and even our monthly group challenge with all sorts of prizes. Click the link in the description below and join our creative community of singers just like you.
So exciting! I'm like got commercials on here and stuff. I feel really fancy. Okay, all right. Let's go back. Then it says this song will be stuck in my head forever. Yeah. It's funny. I was singing the song in the closet and the live video came up. It's nice to see. Yeah, right. YouTube is stalking you and they follow everything that you say. Oh, okay. 2K Academy says, what does the bending of the knees do exactly? Is it supposed to get you thinking of using the power from the ground? No, actually, what it's doing is when I'm having you bend down into your knees or send the note down, it's basically doing a reverse idea. So most likely as you're going into hitting a belting note or a high note, you're going to lift your head and you're thinking of pushing it high because it's a high note. So you're thinking of putting more tension up. Whereas when you're sitting down and you're, let me get over here. When you're sitting down and when you're putting your weight into your thighs and into your knees and you're bending your knees and kind of putting your weight down, your shoulders naturally will pull down and away from your throat. So now we've got more space. Your head will naturally go more into alignment because your head weighs a lot. So if you're lifting this way and you're leaning for the note, you've now taken all of this weight. And if you think of it like if you have something really heavy, right? And you're holding it out here, how much do these muscles have to work in comparison if you took it and you held it close to your body? It's the same thing with your head. If your head is far away from your body and you're singing, the throat muscles have to hold that weight and they tighten up and they tense. And that's not what we want. So by keeping your head in alignment, you're now kind of holding that weight closer to your body and your throat muscles can relax. So by thinking of the notes heading down, we're releasing body tension in the shoulders. We're kind of releasing body tension within the stomach as well because we're thinking down. We're not contracting up. We're keeping the head in alignment. And by doing that naturally, your jaw also will open up and we'll get more space. Ah, this way rather than as we're thinking up. And so it's just, as a good vocal coach, I can't always tell you what I want. I have to kind of trick your brain into doing it without knowing it. Like I can't tell you to keep your tongue flat and forward because the moment that I do that, you put tension and now you've caused more tongue tension. So I can't really tell you to do what I want, but I can tell you to envision an apple and that you're going to buck your front teeth into the apple. And as you do that, naturally your tongue will drop down and flatten out because it needs to make space for that apple. But it doesn't apply extra tension. So my job as a good vocal coach is to think of what do I need you to do? Stop with the tongue tension. How do I get you to do that without you knowing that's kind of what you're doing? And that's the same idea with sitting down into your note. I need you to drop your shoulders back, But if you pull them back too much, we're causing tension. I need you to keep your head more in alignment. But if you hold it and you're thinking of that, you're adding more tension. But if I tell you to sit down into your notes and envision them sinking into like the heels of your feet, that's where you're focusing. And the rest of your body shifts and allows that relaxing space. So that's, that's the trick of vocal coaches. How do I trick your brain into doing what I want you to do without telling you that's why I'm having you do what you do? But you're always welcome to ask me, hey, why am I doing this? And then I will tell you the method behind my madness, because there's always a reason. Okay, let's see here. JoJo says she does better than I'll ever do. It's practice, JoJo. It's practice. All right, let's see here. Good afternoon from the Philippines. Hey, Philippines, I'm Thailand. Yeah, you guys are only like an hour ahead of me. My coach used to make me do that. It's effective. It is. Do you have tips on 1016? Oh, what we were talking about at 1016? Okay. Oh, there we go. Do you have tips on how to strengthen your chest voice, how to mix in chest voice placement, how to sound more mature? Joe, you're late to the party, man. We just talked about this earlier. So I suggest that I'm actually going to have to cut this off very soon, but I do suggest that you rewind it and watch it from the beginning, because I went over different ways that you can start to work on your mixed voice and then combine those two together. Now, I can go over how to sound more mature. The best way to, as far as like stylistically wise, emotionally wise, that's a whole other subject. But stylistically wise, if you want to sound more mature, the best thing to do, or however you want to sound, is study people that sound like you want to sound. So if you want to sound like Adele, let's say, listen to Adele, mimic her voice, learn how she does what she does, and try to create the exact same sound. Then I want you to move on and find someone else that you like and try to create the exact same sound that they're doing, and then someone else, and start to mix all of these different impersonations in some ways together. And that will start to create your voice. I absolutely love Bonnie Raitt. She's a country singer. And then I love Aretha Franklin, and who is a soul singer, and Linda Eder, who is a Broadway singer. And those are three different styles, but I absolutely love them and I studied them. And if you ever hear like my covers and my songs, and then you hear them sing, you will hear bits of them within my voice. And if you go to famous singers and you ask who they were inspired by, and then you listen to them, they sound so much like it. Carrie Underwood was inspired by Bonnie Raitt, and you can hear a lot of Bonnie Raitt in Carrie Underwood's voice. Kelly Clarkson was inspired by Aretha Franklin. You can hear a lot of Aretha Franklin in Kelly Clarkson's voice. So it's my suggestion to you, is you're trying to figure out, what does my sound like? How do I sound like more mature? Is to start to pick the ones that you love, mimic them, and then mush them all together and allow that to start to create your voice. Don't just follow one, because I don't want you sounding like somebody else. Linda Eder is amazing. Yeah, she's amazing. Linda Eder's amazing. If you don't know who Linda Eder is and you're into musical theater at all, you want to hear someone belt? Linda Eder can belt. Okay, let's see here. I'm curious what you think of Jessica Simpson's technique. Are you just like baiting me in on this one? Jessica Simpson, I haven't listened to a whole lot. I haven't listened to her recently, if she has anything recent. I'd listened to her back in like the 2000s, early 2000s, when I was a Christina Aguilera fan, which I see Christina fan. I bet you're a Christina fan. She just yells. It's just yelling. And the poor honey, like she's just pushing so much, and you can hear it in her voice, and it takes its toll. It really takes its toll. So I would say don't yell like Jessica Simpson. I don't approve of her technique. I'm sorry, you guys. I know you always hate it when I don't like something, but my personal opinion, and as a vocal coach, is that if I was working with her, we'd have to work on her not yelling her belting notes and actually starting to mix them. Give me 1 second. I got to plug in my computer because it's about to die. There we go. And then that, and then that, and then, oh, I did that wrong. That. Hang on. And then I'm just going to have to get rid of that. There. Okay, that'll work. That'll do. Okay, all right. You just aren't going to have the sparkly stuff in the background and you'll dear. Okay, what else do we got here? Oh my God, I was just typing that when you said her name. Yeah, Linda Etter, you guys. Okay. So I just got here and just asking about proper breathing technique. Okay, so I am actually putting together, I hope you guys can still hear me. It's doing some weird, like, can't hear me. I hope you can hear me. If you can hear me, tell me you can hear me because, I don't know, because it's showing me a weird thing. Okay, as far as proper breathing technique, let's talk about breath. I'm actually coming out with a warm-up course. It's a course that is going, I call it my treasure map course. And you go through all of your different problems that you're having with singing, and then you choose which one is your problem, such as I'm running out of breath while singing. And then it will give you 3 technique drills that you'll do that will directly attack that problem. Why I'm saying this is because a lot of people ask about proper breathing technique because they run out of breath while they're singing. And you run out of breath doesn't mean you need more air. And that's why I'm kind of backing it up this way. When you are breathing or when you're running out of breath, majority of the time is that it's because, so these are your vocal cords, right? And they go in your throat. And most likely you're running out of breath because the vocal cords are separating and they're not coming together. There's 2 muscles that control the vocal cords. And if you don't properly train and strengthen them, then they're kind of weak. And it takes a little more of their strength to bring these vocal cords together. And so instead you have ah, 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 ah. So you can hear the difference between when they're together, ah, and when they're apart. Ah. And when they're apart, what happens is they open up, the air comes into the lungs, and then the vocal cords decide how far they're going to come together and what they're going to do to make that note. They approximate is what it's called. And then the air comes through, causes vibration, which creates the sound, which then comes out of your mouth. Most likely, if you were asking me about proper breathing technique, is because you're running out of breath while you're singing. But you're most likely running out of breath when you're singing because there's that space. And think of it like a boat. We've got this boat and there's a hole in it and it's flooding and you've got a bucket and you're trying to like shove all the water out of the boat and you're like, I just need a bigger bucket so I can get this water out. And that's not what the answer is. The answer is to plug the hole. So instead of showing you how to get more air just so you can blow it right out of the hole and lose it again and then you run out of air, my suggestions usually are to do drills that bring the vocal cords together. So that way the air that you're already taking in is most likely plenty, especially if you're singing pop music. If you are singing opera music or sometimes Broadway music as well, you may need more air than you normally take in. But with pop music, you're breathing like every single sentence. And the reason why you're running out of breath is because there's too much space. So you'd want to do exercises to bring those vocal cords together. Now, if you are not running out of breath while you're singing, you just, or on regular pop songs and it's only on longer ones and you still insist on learning how to have more air and proper breath technique, then I would suggest on doing what we did earlier in this video, which is opening up the space before you breathe and then breathing into mentally the heels of your feet. Your lungs actually are in the front and then they also expand into the back area. And so when you're breathing in, you can breathe all the way into the front. But if you think of into the heels of your feet, you're going to fill up the front of your lungs and you're going to fill up in the back. So you'll have your front and then the back, which is all the way down back in here. And a lot of teachers will teach to have you breathe back there all the time. But that's old technique if you're singing pop or contemporary music. That is not like advanced Broadway and not opera, simply because you don't need that much breath. When you have too much air, then you're going to, you're going to push, and it's going to cause tension. So it's actually going to get in the way. I know you probably weren't very happy with that answer, but that's legitimately the answer. All right, 5. I don't know what 5-bar belt is. What do you think about Kelly Clarkson? I actually have a video coming out this week of her singing It's Quiet Uptown from Hamilton. So if you haven't subscribed yet, you should totally subscribe. What I think about Kelly Clarkson is that I was a huge Kelly Clarkson fan when she first came out. I felt like she had a nice mix to her voice. I thought it was good. It was strong. And you'll hear me as I do this review on her. It's Quiet Uptown, which I'll be launching this week. I feel like over in time, she's brought her belt back more. So it's not like it used to be like more forward, like it's quiet uptown, it's quiet uptown, and now it's quiet uptown. It's got a little more tension behind it. I don't know why. It could just be overuse, truthfully, because she's singing so much and she's talking so much and she's using her vocals so much that in time it can wear. And then you start to rely on little tricks like pushing and things like that. I think she has such a great foundation. I really would love to see her get more into her mix and start to really ping it out again like she used to do. And she did that rock song on her first album. I forget what it was called, but it was amazing. And I still use it sometimes. Like I'll still go to it sometimes and kind of train with it because it was difficult for me. And I was like, ooh, I got to work on this one. Okay, let's see here. Solicito. Yeah, I answered your question. Jessica has a good instrument, definitely a lot of potential, but her technique was just a hot mess. Yeah, and it's sad. Now I have to say, Christina fan 06, is that I'm not liking Christina Aguilera's technique. I don't like that. But she pulls back her tongue so much. There's so much tongue. And again, she didn't used to do this. This wasn't as common in her earlier days of singing. There was a little bit, but not nearly as much as she's doing now. I mean, she's really yanking that tongue. You can actually see it when she's singing. You can see the tongue pulling back. Unlike there's a space there, and it really should be popped open. And that is what causes her vocal strain. Because when the tongue pulls back, the reason why vocalists always, or teachers always talk about tongue tension, the tongue muscle is all the way from the jaw, and then it goes all the way down the throat. It is actually a huge muscle considering. And what happens is when the tongue pulls back, the space here for the throat where the sound comes out gets closed. There's as you're looking down into the throat and the vocal cords, we actually have 2 pipes. There's one pipe that goes to the stomach, and there's one pipe that goes to the lungs, which you have to pass through the vocal cords. So you have your 2 pipes. If you've ever had food go down the wrong pipe, it literally went down the wrong pipe. It hit your vocal cords instead of going down to your stomach, and you coughed, which is the vocal cords kicking together, and the food came out and went down the correct pipe. So with the tongue, if the tongue pulls back, it's attached to this little thing called an epiglottis. And think of it like a little safety lid. And when you're eating and drinking, because when you eat, food hits the tongue pulls back. When it does that, it triggers this little safety hatch to close off over the tube that goes to your lungs so that food and water is forced to go down the correct pipe to your stomach. If you are singing with too much tongue tension, the tongue is pulling back, the little trap door is closing because it thinks you're eating or you're drinking, and now the sound that you're trying to have come out of those vocal cords is hitting this little trap door, and it's not able to come out. And so you push more, and you try to and like get the note out as you're, let's say, belting, and it strains, and then this trap door is going to close more and more. And that's why you get can you hear the difference between one to the other. One's open, one's closed, one's open, one's closed. When the tongue is too tense and it pulls back, it's closing that up. And that goes for any of you when you're belting and you feel like you're hitting a wall and you can't seem to get the sound out. Your epiglottis is closed. You're literally hitting that trapdoor wall, and that's what's going on. Okay, so let's go. Let me scroll through. Let me forever create okay, I gotta scroll through some of this, you guys. I should get to, I guess my lesson just totally forgot about me. I thought I had a wiener dog in here. I'm just over here playing the C scale, trying to sing. You guys are so cute. Okay, thanks so much. It helped me so much. You're totally welcome. I know I'm reading comments late. You know what? This thing is delayed by 26 seconds for my comments because it's actually more set for having 2 people in my live stream. I've always seen her pulling her tongue back to the beyond. Yeah, I know. It's true. That's what she does. I love her singing. Quite a totally agree. She's an amazing singer. She uses her vocal cords a lot. It's called Behind These. Yes, Behind These Hazel Eyes. That song. That's what I'm talking about when I was talking about Kelly Clarkson and having the rock song that was like gnarly in that first album. Yeah. It was a song called Behind These Hazel Eyes. Or was the album called? Now I'm curious. Yeah, and Kelly Clarkson does covers every day. Did you know that she learns the song right before she sings it? Like she's only heard it for this is what she says. So she's only heard it for a little bit and then she immediately goes into it and sings it. I was like super surprised on that. Okay, I gotta find this out. I'm too curious on Kelly Clarkson. Kelly Clarkson, there we are. Okay, so Kelly Clarkson, it was her first album. Was it Because of You? Was that the name of her first album? No. Where's the albums here? You guys, we got to figure. Breakaway! 2004. I'm old. Was it? Yeah, it might have been Behind These Hazel Eyes. Yep. Oh, that high note there. Yeah. Okay, it was Behind These Hazel Eyes. Okay. Could I lip trill or hum a song as a quick warm-up, like for times I don't have privacy, like in an elevator? Well, Guile, do you not know that I have a video? Go to my playlists and then scroll down to where it has warm-ups. I have a warm-ups to do that are quiet. I also have a suggestion of where there's I think it's playlist called Singing for Beginners. And there's also a video that helps you how to set up your room so you can sing into a corner and what to do to make sure that no one else can hear you. And Guile, if you haven't yet, you need to join my Facebook group, you guys, because I oftentimes during every single month when we do our 5, 10, 15 challenge, I always make sure I do at least one of the days in the car because we're busy people, you know, and we need to like go. And some days you miss your warm-ups and you got to do it. So you just hop on and I actually do warm-up examples that you can do in the car. So yeah, Facebook group. Should I do? Okay. And ooh, I'm going to plug in a commercial for it right now because I feel really cool about it. Okay.
Saturdays, warm-up Wednesdays, and even our monthly group challenge with all sorts of prizes. Click the link in the description below and join our creative community of singers just like you.
You're going to say hi. Everyone, this is Danny. Danny is my better half.
She's
And he will be guest starring. He was in the Hamilton videos, in case some of you that were curious. He will be guest starring in some of my reviews. Honey, will you sing a little bit of Baby Lock the Door?
Why?
Because I love it. I love it. Okay, ready to go.
Okay,
ready to go.
Ready,
song.
No,
ready, hit
I don't
it.
do it.
Just do it. Baby Lock the Door. Do it. Do it. Do it.
Baby, lock the door and turn the lights down low.
Yes, so that is why he is guesting, because he has an amazing, deep Sexy voice. And those of you that have followed my channel know that I have a thing for deep voices.
I hate that song.
Sexy song.
I started to like it, and you're making me hate it.
It just Kayla says hi.
It's always only the one line. It's just the one line.
I love that line.
She just wants to hear the bass. That's it. Hi, Kayla.
Okay, all right. I have 2 lessons after this, and then I got to do VCRs today, vocal coach recordings, and then I'm done. Both vocal coach reactions. Yeah, that thing. And if you guys have any suggestions for what vocal coach reaction videos you want next week, you can also pop that in the chat, because I am batch recording 6 of them today. So I may be like, oh, that's a good idea, you know. Okay, so I've noticed that Carrie doesn't create enough space in her upper belts. Yeah. I'm rocking out over here. She barely opens her mouth and sounds all tight and stuff. Dude, you know what? And the interesting thing is, if you listen to Carrie and Carrie Underwood, that's who we're talking about. If you listen to Carrie Underwood in the very, very beginning of her career, she had an amazing ping. And she did pop open them enough. Stylistically, she doesn't create much of a round sound unless she's going on for a bigger belt, because it is country. And country has a little bit more of that tingy kind of sound to it, and that's just a lot of people say nasal sound to it, and that's just kind of that style. But she does pop open in those highs. Her current albums and her current lives, I was sad to hear it, but she is pushing way more. And again, you guys, this could be from overuse. I mean, we're talking about people that when they're singing, they're performing, but then they're also doing interviews, and they're also doing radio commercials, and they're also doing rehearsals, and they're all, like, the amount that their voice is used all day. And then on top, I mean, I can't fully give her too much of an excuse, because if she really did keep with correctly pinging it out, when you do it correctly and you're not overusing it, it's actually kind of stretching it. So it's nice that way. Okay, so let's see. Album school, yeah. Oh my God, Olivia, you weren't even born when the album came out in 2004. Should I date myself? Was I? Wait, hang on. Yeah, I had already finished with music school in Los Angeles. That's so funny. Oh God. No, I'm old. I'm 37, you guys. I'm old. Okay. What do I think about Dua Lipa? I don't know much about Dua Lipa. I do like her songs. I haven't really analyzed her voice without all the techno stuff behind it. So if you have a link that you suggest for me to check out that is her more raw singing and not her with a bunch of like techno and effects and stuff like that, then yeah, pop that link below, and maybe that's a review that I need to do this week. Oh, Kayla, amazing. Danny, I know, doesn't Danny have the best lowest voice ever? Watching this while doing my modules. What's modules? Is that like a school thing? I haven't been in school in so long. Is it like a school thing? There's got to be a school thing. I love that song. I can apparently hit that note. Yeah. Now, can you hit that note at half volume without adding excess air? Now we're getting into the hard stuff. And Guile, yeah, I know. Danny does have a crazy low voice. It's so sexy. It's so sexy. So my family, half of my family is from Oklahoma and Arkansas. And so when I go to the family reunions there, they're, you know, they all got like the cowboy boots and they all have the twang, and everybody drinks Pepsi, and we have pie and all sorts of stuff. And it's so funny too, because I love it when he says, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Like when he says it to me, I'm like, oh, I don't know what it is. It's like that Southern charm or something. And Danny is not, his family's not from there. So, but he does it just for me because he loves me. Okay, let's see here. Carrie also refuses to work with a vocal coach and admits to never doing vocal warm-ups even on tour. Well, there you go. There you go. There's your answer right there. Had she worked with a vocal coach, hey, Carrie, if you're watching, I'll work with you for free. Yeah. Had she worked with a vocal coach, I think her voice wouldn't be deteriorating the way that it is. I mean, shoot, the chick is all into her fitness, right? And her whole fitness line, she's working out all the time. Why doesn't she do the same thing for her vocals? Like, I don't, it's only your business. Like, why would you warm up every day when it's your business to be singing vocally more? Like, just, and I bet she has access to like some of the top notch vocal coaches. Like, for those of you that are in Los Angeles and you insist on doing in-person private voice lessons, I know of two amazing vocal coaches. Kevin Lateau, she does not teach online. She only teaches in person. And what's her name? It's Dove Cameron's sister. She lives in Los Angeles, and I watch a lot of her stuff that she pops up online, and she's amazing. She does some great work. So if you guys are in Los Angeles and you want someone in person, I don't know. Actually, you guys have COVID over there, pretty crazy. Well, once it passes, those are two fantastic in-person vocal coaches for you. If you are in Germany, I also know of another amazing vocal coach in Germany who's phenomenal. Okay, so let's see here. What do you think about Morissette Amon? Oh my God. Okay, vocal technique wise, Morissette is like top notch, you guys. She has the ping, she has the open space, she has the lift. She also messes with the dynamics and the style of where her lows are. She's basically Mariah Carey in her heyday that still like trains and stays updated. Because Mariah Carey, I know you're gonna hate me on this, but Mariah Carey's voice has definitely deteriorated. She has also gotten vocal nodes, but your voice will never be the same. What they are is when you overuse the vocal cords, kind of like your feet, and you get a callus on it. And they have to go in with lasers and laser off that callus. It will never be the same. They will never vibrate the same. They will never thin out the same as when she hits her high notes originally. They will never be the same. They just physically cannot do it. Same thing with Adele. She had a vocal rupture on stage. So Morissette Amon is basically like Mariah Carey in her heyday before she started abusing it more and more and got the vocal nodes and all of that. Like Morissette Amon, like her ping is great. Her developing is great. She uses stylistic choices very similar to early day Mariah Carey with the heavier, deeper lows. And then she pops and pings the highs, which makes this big dynamic difference. I think she's fantastic. One thing about Morissette, though, I don't like her album. I don't like her original album. I feel it's dated. It's something from, early 2000s. It's not something that's for now. And I would love to have her get a new writer and a new team behind her. And I mean, this is me. I am an American, so I am biased, but I'd love to hear her a little more mainstream American music. And I'm telling, she's right up there with Ariana Grande. I'd love to hear her with some kind of music like that, but then bring in a little bit of like, it's like Ariana Grande with the pop, but then bring in some of the strong, gorgeous ballads that like Lady Gaga did, back in the day when she had those stronger ballads, or Adele ballads, and throw in some of those mixes and kind of bring them together. So you've got some that make you dance, but then also others that you're like, oh, I feel it. I just feel like her album's a little dated. Okay. All right. That was my tangent on that. Okay. I'm scrolling down. I know a woman who can sing in a guy's octave. Can you? I'm actually a soprano 1, so I can sing very high. I can't sing extremely low. My low is like, or something like that. What is it? Where are we? That's about all I got. That is a C3. but my highs, I'm much better at them. I haven't warmed up, but let's see what happens. So I have, let's go here. So my highs, like, I'm a high singer. I'm not so much of a low singer. So I cannot sing in a guy's octave. If you are a woman that can, most likely you have thicker vocal cords, so your range is lower. Yeah, it's cool. Okay, all right, those are what modules are. Let's see here. Morissette is my idol. You know what? If you're gonna idolize someone as far as vocal technique-wise, Morissette is great. Just know that some of her placements are a style choice and not something that you always want to rely on, especially her low notes. She puts them really heavy in her chest. So instead of like, so they sound more airy and heavier. So then when she does a belt, it sounds like a bigger jump instead of which is where you'd want to practice it, rather than which is down in the chest. So there is technique stuff that you do want to have a supporting foundation before you add her style choices. If you are not in my group, you should be joining my group. By the way, my group is right here, and I go over more of this in the group. You're right on Mariah Carey. Oh my God, so I did a So Hyang song, and it got blocked. And I'm still waiting for them to get back. It should have come out tomorrow, and now it's not. I did So Hyang singing Raise Me Up, and it's blocked. Like, YouTube won't let me put it out. And I don't understand why, because when I did her singing Are We Wrong Alone, I think it was, they didn't do anything. It was totally fine. So it's like, great. And usually if I get like a super green light on an artist, then I'll do more of them, knowing that I'm not going to get it blocked, because it's such a pain to put so much time into it, and editing and coding and thumbnail, and then they get blocked. So I was like, great, green light on it, put it out, and it got fully blocked. I don't know why. I put in a dispute. We'll see what happens. So until I figure out that why, I might have to steer away from So Hyang. I'm sorry, but there's no point in me doing them if they're going to get blocked. So okay, let's see here. I feel like she lip syncs a lot. Oh, shoot. Olivia, who were we talking about that lip syncs? Rip my ears. This is sound rated. Sorry, was I too high on there? Yeah, that was pretty high. Sound rated. I don't know what sound rated means, but yes. So I have a high range. I'm a high singer. All right, you guys, I am going to be like done for the day. I went way over in my time, but because I have a lesson right after this, and it looks like my lesson that was supposed to be now didn't happen. That's okay. Let me plug in my group, because if you haven't joined my group, you should be joining my group, because we go over cool stuff like this all the time. So let me plug that in. And
Do you like to sing? Then you should join my Facebook group. We go live with vocal warm-ups, singing Saturdays, warm-up Wednesdays, and even our monthly group challenge with all sorts of prizes. Click the link in the description below and join our creative community of singers just like you.
There's my little plug, and the group is here. Okay, if there are any other questions that you have, I'm going to stop this here, and then I lose this host chat. I don't know why they do that. It's really, really annoying. But I'm going to stop it here, and then you can just put it into the regular comments, and I will work it from there. Otherwise, I go live every single Wednesday at 6 p.m. Pacific time. And then if you would like to win a free voice lesson with me, screenshot this video, tag Songs from a Suitcase, add it to your Instagram, and then I choose a winner every single week. I gotta go bye, you guys. Thank you all for being here. This is so fun to like just tangent and go off. I usually have to schedule everything, so this was kind of cool.